Hey everyone, and welcome back to We're Talking About. My name is Kaley Gray, and I am so excited to have my friend Sarah Truesdale on with me today. We are going to be talking about something, singleness, like in your 30s, but Sarah's married now. She's going to be sharing her story, and so I'm so excited to have her here with me. It's going to be so good. But if you have not subscribed, please subscribe and give us a review. I would love to know what you guys are thinking. And also, if you want to watch this on my YouTube channel, you can watch all of that. It's on my link below. But, okay, Sarah, can you kind of tell us a little bit? You're married now. You have 3 children. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey of dating and, how that went?
Yeah, I didn't meet my husband actually until I was 31. And it felt like such a long season of waiting and wondering, is this ever going to happen for me? These dreams I have of having kids and a husband. And growing up, going into college, I didn't have much of a dating life, actually. And that really affected me, I feel like, with confidence in that area and just feeling worthy. And so in my 20s, I'd go on dates and I'd meet different people, but what happened a lot of times was the door would just be shut totally, but I would put that on me. Like I would feel like, oh, there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
But really, it was just the Lord really protecting me, I feel like, and saying, don't waste your time with this. It's not the right thing. Mm-hmm. So I had, after college, moved back and worked for my dad's business and just kind of felt like I was stuck, even though it was a really great place to be. I traveled a ton when I was single. I was always going to see friends in different areas, like all over the country. I went on international trips. I was making good money, and so I was having a lot of fun. But I always felt like I was supposed to move to Denver.
Okay, because you were in Iowa at the time.
I was. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're working for your dad and your family business, there's a lot of responsibility you feel to stay, and it's a big step sometimes, it feels like, to move to a different state. Yeah. I didn't have a job. But I just had this inside of me. And I felt like I was waiting on the Lord to get the green light. So when I turned 30, I felt this green light and I decided to do it.
That's amazing. So then you didn't meet Tellis till what, like a year after living in Denver, or how long were you in Denver before you met Tellis?
So that's the cool thing. I think with my dating life, I was always looking and searching for the right person. And I honestly hate when people say, it's when you're not looking, you're going to find him.
They always say that. And if anything drives a single crazy, it's that. But it's so true. But it does. It just something irritates us about it.
Yeah. So I was actually helping somebody in Iowa. I had my house for sale. I was getting ready to leave. It took me about 6 months. I wanted to leave well. And so I helped this friend of mine get on a dating app. And I was like, well, I was showing her how to do it through mine, and I hadn't been on in a while. I was like, I might as well keep it open. And it was about a month before I was headed out to Denver, so I decided to...
Did you change your location?
Change my location to Denver.
I've done that before.
And I was excited, to be honest, because there's a lot of great-looking Christian guys in Denver.
It was a whole new pool of opportunities.
It was, yeah. A little more than where I was at in Iowa.
Yeah.
So... we ended up, I got on, and right away, Tellis, my husband, messaged me. And it was the first time, though, I was like, no, I need to focus on finishing strong where I'm at. He, even he offered helping me to move, when I got there. And he was pretty a little more aggressive, and I was like, oh, I don't know about this.
Yeah. Well, he was a little bit older too, so he wasn't playing around.
Yeah. And so fast forward about a month, and I get out there, and it's the first weekend I'm out there, and I'm like, well, I don't know if this is going to work, but I have nothing else going on. I might as well see if he wants to go out for the weekend and get this over with, to be honest.
Okay, I love it.
And so we went hiking at Red Rocks, which is up in the foothills, and we just hit it off. And we were together all day. And it was just, there was something so different about it. It was just like everything we talked about was like, you too? Like,
yeah.
We were just, it felt just easy and right. Yeah. And so then he asked me for 3 days in a row, he was asking me on dates, and I'm like, is this okay? Like,
yeah, especially when you haven't like dated a ton and you're not like, you know, and then for somebody to want to go bam, 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 you're like, this is a lot.
Yeah, which is interesting because I always wanted someone who was really strong and pursued me.
Yeah.
But then it also kind of scared me a little bit too.
Oh, 100%.
And by the third date, he's like, I don't want to see anybody else.
Wow.
And I was like, I just got here. Like, what if there's someone else?
Yeah.
And so by the later on in the week, we hung out a lot throughout that first week. And I just remember going to this restaurant.
Okay.
He actually drove up he lived about 30 minutes from me, and it was snowing, and I said I had a business call to do at night, and I didn't want to be too available. And I said, I have 30 minutes if you want to hang out. And so it actually meant a lot that he drove up just to see me for that little bit of time. But we were at this little restaurant right next to my house, and I remember he opened the door for me. He always opened my car door. And I step out and I'm like, the Lord is saying, why would you keep looking when he's everything you've been looking for?
Wow.
And I'm like, oh no, if I start dating him, I know I'm going to marry him.
And you did? Because how long did y'all date?
By the third week, he was talking about when would you want to get engaged?
Wow.
And then we met the end of February, and we got married in October that year.
Okay. And you've been married for how long?
6 years.
6 years, and you have 3 kids.
6 years this October.
Oh my goodness.
And we have 3 years. We have 3 kids.
3 kids. Oh my gosh. I love this. Okay. So I know the story is like just so encouraging, and I love to something you've even talked, because we've talked a lot about, like, you know, you've encouraged me in my single season. But the story of him coming and driving 30 minutes only to see you 30 minutes, like I've been in a situation before where like I was home, a guy didn't even like see me at all, like wouldn't even make time, like 15 minutes. And he lived 10 minutes away from where I was at. And I just was like, you know what? Like, this is so true. Like it brought back that memory of you saying like, if he really was interested in me and wanted to see me, he would come see me, even if it was for 15 minutes.
Oh yeah. I would have that happen to me a lot too, where they just never made the effort. And I'm like, are you even interested in me? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. No.
There was never a doubt in my mind that Tellus was interested in me.
I love that. Wow. Well, and I think he just pursued, and he just was upfront and communicative. And I love that. But let's rewind, go back to your single season. So, society has a lot of expectations for singles. I feel like you should be at a certain age, you should be married and have kids and everything. Did you feel any like social pressures from like family members, society, or anything like through your single season at all?
I did at times, I think, but like thinking back, I don't remember too much of that. But what I do remember is I put probably more pressure on myself than other people put on me.
Yeah.
Or maybe I took what they said and was maybe a little defensive about it, thinking it was more than it really was.
Yeah, no, I do. Because I think a lot of times, especially family members, they say things out of love, but sometimes you are just on like high alert, high guard, and it just kind of almost offends you a little bit more. You have like that spirit of offense, like a little bit more. Okay. Sorry. Do you have any did you have any challenges or advantages of dating in your 30s? Like, did you see a difference from dating in your 20s to dating in your 30s?
I mean, I was always trying to work on myself and develop as a person during that time. And I knew that like I had like forward mindset of who do I want to be, and am I the person that my husband is looking for? And so, you know, in my 30s, I was definitely more mature and allowed the Lord to just work stuff out in me.
Yeah.
Whether it was being in the Word, listening to podcasts. Like I would, and Tellis actually did this too, but we would read marriage books and listen to that kind of stuff when we were single. So then when we came together, it was like, we didn't have to, it was just really
You were preparing.
easy because we didn't, we had worked a lot on our own self.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times I think when people get married younger, they're figuring out stuff about themselves and their sin and working that out and being married. And it can be hard.
It can be hard. Yeah. I love that. I do. I feel like you're preparing yourself for that next season, even when you don't see that season coming, which is so good because like it changed. It happened just like that.
Yeah.
So I love how God can do that. All right. What about like friends? Like I know for me, a lot of my friends married, kids, and so like, did you struggle with that? Or like, what's something that kept you going when your friends and everybody around you is getting married?
Yeah, I really struggled with that. And honestly, if I could go back and tell myself something, I would say, just chill out. Like I was so worried, is this going to happen? And I did want that so bad, but it kind of tainted my experience as a single, even though I was going out and having all this fun, traveling and, doing great fun stuff.
Yeah.
It just,
Yeah.
I guess it tainted it, but
I wanted to interrupt today's episode and talk to you about liquid collagen. Now, I've been taking liquid collagen for the last 3 years, and when I first started taking it, I had no idea the benefits and everything from liquid collagen. Now, these is what has helped me, but not limited to. My hair has actually started growing. My hairstylist cannot believe it. My skin has become clear. It has helped with my gut health. My nails are growing stronger and longer. And so I have just been so blessed and thankful for the results that I have been getting from liquid collagen. And so that's why I want to share it with you. I have a $10 off code for new customers, and I would love for you to click the link below so that you can learn more about the liquid collagen that I take. And the best thing about it, it's super easy to add into your routine. I take 2 tablespoons a day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening, and it tastes amazing. So if you are ready to start taking liquid collagen, click the link below. And now back to today's episode. I love that. Well, I don't love that, but I love that you're open and honest about that because I think it is so true. And I think about like just even my 20s compared to my 30s, how my 20s and I wasn't as content as I am in my 30s.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have had that feeling of contentness. And I think it's surrender. Like you really have to surrender your love story to God. And I know, people say that and, they say, it will happen when you least expect it. But I think if you can truly like in your single season, focus on like what God wants to do with you right now in this moment, but also preparing, like listening to podcasts, reading books, like, doing stuff, having fun. Like you said, traveling, doing stuff, getting out of debt. There's just like so many things you can do to prepare for that season. But I think too, and this kind of segues into my next question, like, when you're older, you're like very career focused. You have like all these things going on. Like you have career, you have life, you have friendships, and then you like want to add dating into it. Like you're just like, there's not enough hours in the day, like to do all this stuff. Like, how did you balance that?
I honestly, I didn't allow for too much dating time.
Yeah.
Because I am a focus-driven person, and I managed some interior design showrooms, and I also had a business on the side that I would work like in the evenings.
Wow.
But I loved that, and it ended up being great later down the road and gave me options, but I didn't allow a ton of time for dating.
Yeah, which it is hard, and that is something I know I've definitely had to set priorities and like, okay, like I've prayed. I'm like, okay, is this a season where I feel like I can date? Or like there'd be seasons where I'm like, okay, like God, I really want to date. And he's like, no, like I want you to focus on this. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I feel like I've been like not dating for so long and you don't want me to date. And so I think like definitely like being prayerful in the season. I always talk about like dating apps and things. Make sure you're in the right mindset for doing it. Make sure you're not doing it at a time where you're like very thirsty, where you're like, you know, really want that. Like, of course we all want that, but like make sure you're in the right headspace for that. But also like setting aside time to make yourself available to date, because it is hard. Like, especially I think about it now, I'm like, a man can literally mess up my entire life. Like in the matter of seconds, which isn't bad, but like my schedule, my routine, everything that I do can completely change.
Yeah.
And so
We don't always think of that when we're just feeling the loneliness.
exactly.
We don't look at the bigger picture always. We just wanted to fill that need right now.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's so good. Okay. What quality or values were important to you when you were looking for a spouse? Like because you kind of talked about how you knew like Tellus was the one, but like, what was like something that was like really like, stood out. This is what I knew that I needed.
So actually, right out of college, I have this mentor, and she actually encouraged me to just write out what I am looking for, and that was super helpful. And then like, these are like non-negotiables, and then these are things that, you know, I would like. And so I think the biggest things for me was I wanted someone to challenge me in my faith and encourage me. That was like probably the number one thing. I wanted a man that was going to lead, even though I'm a very strong woman.
Yeah.
And I wanted someone who would work hard and just be wanting a family and loving family.
And so that like, so you had that list. Did you ever like pray over that list, or like, did you keep that list out to see, or was it just like write it down, put it away, tuck it away, and like, you know, okay, God, I did it. Like, hopefully this happens. Or
no, I would pray over it and get it out at different times. I was in Colorado Springs one time, and I found this little prayer card, and it was to pray over your husband. So I actually bought it, and it had scripture with it. And so I actually started praying over my future husband in all these different areas. And it was
awesome.
It's very special to think about now that like God gave me all of that. And I don't feel like I compromised on anything. And he actually gave me more than I was wanting.
wow. That's so amazing. I love it. Like the power of prayer. And I think too, like if you're maybe in your 20s and you're writing down qualities you're looking for, and then you end up like getting married later in life, I think it's amazing too how God kind of shifts the qualities that you want and you think you wanted. And it's not that it's a bad thing, but I've even noticed it too in my list.
Well, I think back to like what I thought my husband would look like, and my brothers and my dad are like over 6 foot tall, dark hair. And so I thought, oh, I'd probably meet someone tall and I'd like that. And so on the dating app, Tellus and I didn't actually match up because I had my height requirement higher and he's 5'8".
Okay.
And what I think I showed up on like this area you could see multiple people even if you didn't match up.
Okay.
Well, when we met, I was like, he's handsome. And actually now it's like, he's the perfect height for me. Like we fit really well together, but it was something I wasn't expecting.
Yeah. It's so funny how you're like, well, this is what I see and this is what I think that I need. But then when something comes and you're like, no, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
and all those other qualities like outweighed the height thing. And then it didn't end up being an issue anyway.
I love that. I know that's a friends always tell me, they're like, Kaley, like you're probably going to get something that you're not even expecting, and just be open to that.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important, especially, and it's not like to compromise or like to change like what you want. Because I truly do believe that God will give you the desires of your heart. And like you said, he exceeds them.
Yeah.
But I think being open to the box, like letting it kind of overflow a little bit and being open to that. And so I think that's so good. Okay, last question. Is there anything that you would tell yourself when you were younger, or like just want to encourage anybody who's listening today that might be in their single season and they're just, maybe struggling or just need like, encouragement?
Yeah. I mean, I would tell myself just keep having faith and keep working on yourself. And then I would tell myself this all the time, but it is better to be single and lonely, having a great life single, than marrying the wrong person and being lonely in a marriage.
Yeah.
So
no, that's like mic drop, but I don't want to drop my mic because I don't want to break it. But no, that's so good. And it's so true. Because I feel like it's the second biggest decision you're ever going to make in your life. And so this is a really important thing to think about, and not to be scared too about like, like kind of like you said too earlier, just like, you're like, well, could there be somebody else, but just being confident of like, okay, this is the peace I have. This is like what I feel with this person. And I'm going to just keep going and keep walking down this path.
Yeah. And don't like hold your wait and hold up on your life waiting for this. Live your life. I mean, at the time I was, I'm a single girl. I bought my own house. I did different things that would have been easy just to sit back and wait. But I know those things grew me too. And they were great financial decisions. Yeah. Like, just go full forward with life.
Yeah.
And don't hold back. And then it'll come when you're not looking.
When you're not looking. Oh my goodness. I love it. Wow, Sarah, this has been so good. Thank you so much just for always encouraging me, for encouraging everybody listening or maybe watching. And this was so good. So
thank you.
Be sure to, if you haven't followed me on social media, to follow me on social media. And like I said, subscribe. I post every other Tuesday. And so I'm so glad that you guys are here. And I will see you next time on We're Talking About. Bye.